What's up, pals, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update about the new moon in February 2019. And so I'm going to explain a little bit about the energy that the new moon is bringing with it and 3 things that you can expect during this week of the full moon. Now, full moon was actually on Monday, the 4th, and my video's a couple days after that. But I just want to share with you a few things that I have experienced myself and some things that I think collectively we are experiencing together, just as a whole. And so let's get started and I'll get into the video. Okay, number 1 is that you may be finding that you are letting go of something, and not just any small thing. It's going to be something that is pretty big, pretty important, something in your life that has been very defining of who you are in the last maybe 10, 15, 5 years, whatever it may be. You are going to find yourself just completely letting that go. And now it might be something that you have been, kind of progressively letting go of for maybe years now. Maybe it's something that you've known that you've actually taken steps away from, but in your mind and in your heart, there's still some connection to what was. And so I will give actually a personal experience from my own life. It was actually yesterday. I was just coming to the realization that I am on a very new path, a very new journey, and it's been a spiritual journey for me for years. And I would say within the last couple of years, spirituality has just really opened up for me and become very just limitless. And there's so much out there that I'm interested in, so much out there that I'm wanting to learn about, that I'm fascinated by, that I really fully resonate with. And I have, in the past couple of years, just kind of still held on to some religion from my past, just Christian values and beliefs that, I had for years and years. I have held on to those in these last couple of years as I've been exploring and kind of going out and, seeking other things. And just yesterday realized that, what, it is time to really just let go and allow myself to move forward. I just know that for me, in order to move on, in order to be my most authentic self, it's time to just kind of allow myself to spread my wings and fly into the direction that really resonates with me. And so, a lot of that is just from like shamanism to light workers, indigos, star seeds, stuff like that. I'm really, really interested in past life regression, things that just in my world where I've come from, especially the religious kind of community that I was in for many years, you just don't hear about things like that. And if you do, you're just kind of, you raise one eye and you're skeptical of it, and maybe even afraid of it a little bit. And so I'm just finding myself in this place of knowing that, I want to make videos that have a spiritual tone to them, and I want to make videos that are about all the things that I'm interested in. And at this point in my life, that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in, the energies around the moon, when there's a full moon and a new moon, and just the energy that you can actually feel and know, okay, something is different, something is going on, and I feel it. And so for me, this new moon energy is bringing in, this just grace to really let go of something fully, and know that it served me well, but I am going in a new direction. Okay, so number 2 is connected to number 1, in that the thing that you are letting go of, be it a relationship, be it a job, be it a religious affiliation, whatever it might be that you know that you're letting go of. The importance is to know that in this time we're letting go with peace. And what I mean by that is that, sometimes when a relationship ends, we think, well, it was my fault, or it was their fault, or we want to blame someone. Someone has to be to blame. Why is this ending? Why did it not work out? Why is it not, going on into the future? And with this, the letting go that I'm talking about, it's not about blame, and it's not about who's at fault, and nobody is wrong. It's just the end of one chapter and the beginning of another chapter. And so you might find yourself, ending this chapter, but also having so much gratitude for it, so much love for it, and knowing that it was a crucial part of your journey, knowing that it was a crucial part of you becoming who you are, of you becoming who you really are, and remembering who that is. And so, like I said, for me, just kind of letting go of this, affiliation with the church, or just, really aligning myself to it, like letting go of that. It's not with ill will. It's not with any hard feelings. It's not with blame. It's not saying you're wrong and I don't want to be a part of that anymore. It's saying I'm growing into something new, and what I've learned here, what I've gained here has served me, but is no longer serving me. And so, I think it's super important to be very mindful that that chapter is ending, but we don't dismiss it as being unimportant, and we don't dismiss it as being, something that we did that was wrong or a mistake or anything like that, but rather that we are honoring that time, honoring how it shaped our lives and everything that we learned from it. Because I know that my time that I spent within the church, within ministry, it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me a lot about who I am. It taught me a lot about who I'm not. And so I will always be grateful for that time. And just knowing that it's something that I experienced. It was a part of my journey, and now I'm moving on to something else. And I think too, especially if it has to do with relationships, one thing that I'm realizing is that, we come here and we make these agreements with people to be a part of their lives, to, carry on a relationship for so long. And then, when we're done learning the lessons, when we're done and it's no longer serving us, it's time to just move on. And I'm finding peace with that, because I'm realizing it doesn't mean that they were wrong or I was wrong or anyone, nobody has to be wrong. It just means that the time that we plan to spend together, that's over now, and there's something else on the horizon, something new, something that is for you in this time, that aligns more with who you are now, because we're growing, we're evolving, we're remembering who we are and becoming the most authentic version of ourselves. And who we are today is very different than who we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And so if you're letting go of something in this time, just know that it did serve a very important purpose in your life. Whether you can see it right now or not, there was purpose in it, and you can be grateful for it, and you can let it go with a little bit more ease and acceptance, and just knowing that everything is always working out. Everything is always working out for you in your life. Number 3 is that it is a time of alignment. And so what I mean by that is you really aligning with who you are, who you came to be, what you came to do in the world, who you came to serve, and how you came to contribute to the whole. You've been doing the work, getting very clear on who you are, really allowing your consciousness to expand and grow and take you to places that you didn't even realize that you wanted to go. And so you're just aligning more with who you are. So it's now coming into your own and saying, okay, I know who I am, I know the direction that I want to go into, and steadily walking towards that. And so you might find yourself wanting to express that, wanting to express who you are in such a way that it helps others, in such a way that you are just, in so many words, maybe letting your freak flag fly, just saying, this is who I am. And I know that I'm not like everyone else. I know that there are things about me that are very different, that are very unique or quirky or eccentric or whatever it may be. But you're owning it and you're knowing that this is who you came to be. And so there's no more wanting to hold on to, the mask that you've worn to maybe fit in other places. There's no longer wanting to keep up the facade. There's no longer wanting to pretend to be something that you're not because you're hoping to belong to a group that you think is important to you. And so, with that, maybe you're gonna start making videos. Maybe you're gonna start a blog. Maybe you're gonna start something, painting, artwork, something that expresses who you are in this moment. Maybe you make a video about how you're interested in, light workers and indigos and shamanism and, psychedelic drugs that expand your consciousness and put you into an altered state of mind. Maybe you make a video talking about that, Maybe you feel a sense of like, well, if I say these things about myself, people are going to think I'm weird. People are going to think like, what are you talking about, And that's okay. You're going to get to a place where you feel just good about it, where people don't get it and they don't understand it and they don't want to know about it. That's okay. But you'll also have the sense that like there is a group, a community, a tribe out there that is very much like you, that is very much into the same things, interested and fascinated and really believing in all the things that you're coming to find are true for yourself. And so with the new moon, there's a lot of good energy, and you're feeling it and you're knowing that there's just so much potential to really spread your wings, to try new things. There's just a feeling that things are really coming together and fitting in place. Things that maybe you did a year or two ago, and now you're realizing, oh, I see how that fits into right now and how that's benefiting me and how I'm going to go in this direction and everything's going to be great. And you might not have all the answers. We don't get all the answers all at once. You might just have a next step and you feel really good about that. But there is just the embracing of new beginnings. There is the letting go with honor and with gratitude for what has been. And there is excitement for what's coming, for everything that you're about to journey into, everything, that you are embarking on, the next great adventure. And so I wanted to make this video today and share that. That's pretty much all I have for this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.